Guests include Bruce Burkhartsmeyer, Nort Johnson, and Jeremy Chavis. They're in studio today to talk all about everything that's happening in Crazy Days. Like I said just a few moments ago, gentlemen, things are going to be plumb loco this weekend here in Faribault, aren't they, Bruce?
Well, Crazy Days is still a big event for us, and I really want to give Jeremy a lot of credit here. 2 years ago, he kind of said, let's really make Crazy Days like it used to be, and he kind of took the bull by the horns there, and he really has done a lot of work on it the last 2 years. We had a great Crazy Days last year, and a lot of fun and new things planned for this year. So again, on behalf of all of us downtown, I certainly do want to thank Jeremy for all his hard work and for really organizing it. So
Now, Bruce, you're of course with Burkhartsmeyer Shoes.
that is correct.
And Jeremy, you are with Faribault Vacuum and Sewing.
Correct, and thanks, Bruce. I appreciate that. I couldn't have done it without Norton Kelly. They really jumped on board this year to as well take the bull by the horns, so to say, and get things really cruising on the crazy days and crazy nights.
So you came up with this last year because you remember Crazy Days as a kid, right?
2 years ago, yeah. So this will be the third year kind of back and running, and yeah, Crazy Days. Dating back as a kid, all the streets were kind of closed off, and clothing racks and sporting goods and lawn ornaments and
vendors dressing up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
clowns and
yeah.
Tricycles with big wheels and all that crazy stuff. So
that's what you want to bring back.
Eventually, yes, and I think this weekend we're headed in the right direction.
Yeah, I remember downtown was exploding when I first came to Faribault in the late 80s. Crazy Days was. It was I believe it was over 3 days, wasn't it, or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people talk about that. They say, why can't Crazy Days be like it used to be? Downtown has changed over the years, too. I mean, if you remember back to those days, we had lots of clothing stores, we had sporting goods stores, and, we had a lot of, we had Jim and Joe, we had Nona Boys, we had The Leader, we had all those stores, and, we unfortunately, as many smaller communities, we don't have as many of those stores anymore. So, but the ones of us that are here are really working to make it a great event and to kind of get back to that excitement at least. And I think we have a lot of fun things planned, and it should be a really fun weekend for a lot of people. So
that reminds me, I used to literally shop for my wardrobe for the year during Crazy Days back in the day.
Well, that probably says something about you, Gordy. But
we all know I'm not Mr. Fashion.
In style a decade ago. Yeah, there you go.
We're still wearing some of the same stuff. No, I wish I could. I wish I could wear the same stuff. Oh boy.
That's one thing. If you hold on to things long enough, they always come back in style. So.
That's true, but it's not true in shoes, is it?
Well, actually, there are trends. Things that. Maybe 20 years ago were popular, like take some of the hippie prints. Remember back in the 70s, 80s, all the hippie colors. Birkenstock came out with a whole series of these hippie colored sandals, and they were extremely popular. So, I mean, things do cycle like that. Yes, they do.
Someone needs to tell my wife that. If you hang on it long enough, it'll come back in style.
Maybe she just.
Well, if you're like most guys, Jeremy, you probably have about 5 pair in your closet, and your wife has about 30 pair. I mean, that's kind of how it generally runs for most married couples.
He may not have 5 pair.
We'll stick with that. Sometimes I feel like it's the other way around.
Oh, really? Oh.
We're going to. Oh boy, we're going to visit more with these gentlemen and get details about what's happening during Crazy Days. But right now we need to get a market report. Courtesy of your KDHL Agri Boosters, they include Ag Power Enterprises, your John Deere dealer. They have locations in Owatonna, Hollandale, Belle Plaine, also Osage. Everybody in the KDHL listing area is invited to come to our hometown of Faribault this weekend and enjoy Crazy Days. So, Nord, you want to jump on board here and tell us what's happening? Is it just a one-day event?
Well, sure. Well, they're going to be there'll be call it a soft opening preview night on Thursday. Some retailers are going to be writing sneak previews, so you can come down then. And then Friday and Saturday is the event with quite a bit going on. We have health finders doing blood pressure checks. We'll have the new vehicle that the sheriff and police department have put together for a command center is going to be on display downtown. The water patrol will be downtown. We'll have sidewalk chalk, right, Jeremy?
Correct.
That's Big Brothers Big Sisters doing that. So there's definitely some things going on. We added an event this year that we think is going to be fun, and according to our social media responses, it will be fun. Crazy Nights Bar Game and Pub Crawl. It's a Friday night event 5:30 to 7 o'clock sign up at Boxers, where you'll sign a waiver, pay a small fee, get a score sheet, and go to 5 participating businesses: Grandpa Al's, Signatures, Pub 31, the American Legion, and Boxers. So you'll go play a crazy bar game there, get a scorecard, and come back for some pretty good prizes. In fact, Jeremy just told me before we came in, we have had a tablet device donated as a prize. We've got Minnesota Twins tickets, some pretty cool T-shirts, and a couple of chamber checks. So it'll be fun all the way around. And then right back to the Crazy Days retailing on Saturday. I know before the break we talked that the downtown has changed a bit. It's not what we remember as kids with, you know, Jupiter and
Penny's was downtown when I first moved here.
Penny's, Oaks, but we still have a pretty cool downtown. We've got 30 participants for retailers and restaurants and things in Crazy Days. There are 23 of them in our advertisement alone in the Daily News. So there's going to be plenty for everybody.
Jeremy, do you recall what games are being played?
Yeah, down at the American Legion, they're going to be doing frozen turkey bowling. Boxers is going to be doing blindfolded beanbag toss. Grandpa Al's is doing a one-shot beer pong game. Name That Tune at the Signature Bar and Grill. And Crazy Putt Golf down at Pub 31. And just to touch on the prizes, Nort had mentioned Twins tickets. Faribault Foods actually donated some Twins tickets, row 4 behind home plate. Some really nice tickets. So there's kind of a little bit of enthusiasm to get out and try and win that top prize.
You don't know which game it is, do you, by chance?
You know, off the top of my head, I don't.
That's okay.
Sometime in September.
September. I'll look it up. I think
Okay, but it's in September.
12th or 17th, something like that.
And this is for a pair of tickets?
Yeah.
Behind home plate. What do you think of that, Bruce? You might have to do some turkey bowling here.
Well, hopefully the Twins are still in it by then. You know, so we get to make it
yeah, they've been kind of slowly fading here, haven't they?
Yeah. You know, something I should toss in there for this event. Tony Langerud Insurance is sponsoring shuttle rides home between 10 and 2. We want you to come and enjoy yourself downtown Faribault, and we want to make sure that everybody gets home safe that night. So in case you haven't got a ride lined up and you still want to get home safe, Tony Langerud is sponsoring those, so free shuttle rides between 10 and 2.
That's pretty nice.
I agree. And you know, we engaged actually the sheriff and the chief of police in conversations prior to having this event, and when we shared that information that we were going to provide those, they were pretty supportive, and we appreciate that.
So be smart. If
Be
you're going to
smart, be
participate
safe.
in this, take advantage of the shuttle ride.
Exactly.
But be crazy and have fun.
Yep. And dress vintage if you care to. The theme for Crazy Days is blast from the past. So if you've got that afro wig and the bell bottoms, and oh yeah, you bet. Whatever your little favorite generation from the past is, put them in
I still
there.
have my puka shell necklace somewhere.
The puka shells. I had puka shells. I actually, you know, Bruce, from Brokerage Myers shoes, these must have been purchased in the 70s, but I had the elevated heels,
Wow.
bright red and cream colored saddle shoes.
Oh.
I was a styling unit. Those were awesome.
I
don't know if those will come back. What do you think, Bruce?
Well, you know, saddle shoes are still around. I don't know about the elevated portion of that, but you know, saddle shoes are still a big look, especially on the East Coast. But like we said, everything comes back, so maybe we'll see that again.
What do you plan on doing down at Brokerage Myers?
Well, you know, we one thing about Crazy Days being this late this year, which is really nice. I really enjoy when it's this late. It's almost like a kickoff to back to school. So we actually kind of begin a lot of our back to school stuff, and we have I bet we have like 1,000 pair of tennis shoes out on tables right now. All the the big name brands, and for kids lots of widths, especially those extra wide widths for boys in particular. And 20, 30, 40% off. So it's really a good time to begin your back to school shopping. Or if you just need a good tennis shoe for knockarounds for men and women, we have lots of those too. It's the end of our women's clearance sale, so we're down to probably about 200 pair, but we start like at $10. I mean, we're just giving this stuff away. the way the retail world works today, we're getting all of our fall merchandise in. We just got a big batch of UGG boots in the other day, which is really depressing. Believe me, to have a stifling humidity and 90-degree day and you're getting winter boots in, but that's the way the retail business works today. So we really need to make room for that. So we really get rid of all of our stock that we're not going to carry forward. So there's great buys throughout the store, and you know, Crazy Days is really, you know, for all the fun and things, there's a lot of that, but it's really about the bargains, and that's what people look for, and we certainly try and have a lot of that. And I know the retailers that are out understand that, so there's be lots of great bargains, you know, up and down the street for everyone that's outside, and I think everyone's going to be out on Friday and Saturday. I think Thursday, what we call that is like our sneak preview, but we have everything marked, but we're not going to be on the street. We'll be in the store, and we'll be out on the street on Thursday, or excuse me, on Friday and Saturday. And I think that's what most everyone's doing. So.
And Thursday, of course, you're open till 8.
Yeah, and you know, downtown is pretty much open till 8 that night. So most everyone will be around till 8 o'clock Thursday night. Yes.
You in the same boat, Jeremy?
Actually, we're closing at 5:30 on Thursday, but then 9 to 5:30 on Friday, and Saturday extended hours 9 to 4.
And what do you have going on at your place?
Well, we've got bring in your favorite vintage vacuum or sewing machine for a chance to win a prize. We've got a coupon running.
So you're looking for the oldest one here, or what?
The oldest in the best condition, maybe something that was really popular 30, 40 years ago that people had kind of put by the wayside. Something that's working or not working. All different makes and models. Bring it in. We'll check it out. We're gonna put a scale on it from 1 to 10, and some of the top voted vintage vacuums and sewing machines are gonna win a prize. So that's a pretty exciting little addition to the event Blast from the Past. So see some of those past cleaners and sewing machines that get them in a lineup and grade them. So
they've changed a lot over the years, haven't they?
They sure have, just like technology with everything. It's come a long ways in our industry.
I mean, not just the sewing machines, but the vacuums as well are a lot different than they were 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago.
Correct. We've got lots of different stuff, new and used, that's got lifetime belt technology, hall sensor technology, tandem air. We've got Miele products on sale for Crazy Days. Lots of different stuff that just powerful, quiet, different models for different homes, and we're running a service coupon too for Crazy Days, so it's kind of fun to load up the service department and keep some of that old vintage stuff working like new.
You aware of some of the other deals that are going on north downtown? Some of the other retail establishments?
I think everybody's going to have some, as Bruce said, there'll be bargains everywhere. That's to be sure.
I can throw in there too, like you were talking about some of that vintage clothing, Nort, that you remember from back in the day. And I know All Seasons Thrift Store and Junk Monkey, and just to name a couple, have mentioned that they have a lot of that vintage stuff. You know, disco balls, bell bottoms,
nice.
Stuff that they have in their store available. So if you want to kind of get a taste from your past and come down and check out some of that vintage stuff, there's a lot of nice stores downtown that can offer some of that vintage secondhand stuff.
You still have those shoes, by the way, Norm?
I don't have those shoes. They went by the wayside. Makes me a little bit sad, but maybe Bruce and I can go dig in the archives at Brokerage Myers, see what they have.
Well, I don't know. You don't keep something like that around, do you?
I have not seen anything with elevated soles around for a while. No. We do have some little old boots were made by the old shoe factory here in town, the old Shaft Pier Shoe Factory, who made some back then. It was called Robin Hood shoes. We have some of those around back from the 20s and 30s, but I'm afraid the elevated shoes we got rid of.
But hang on now, you still got the repair shop there.
Yes.
So is there a chance we could manufacture something? I know that you do some pretty cool things there. I've had my favorite pair of cowboy boots I've had resold twice there over the years.
Well, they can raise those up if you want the elevated
All
look.
right.
That would be no problem.
You're going to be doing that on Friday?
We just might have to get to work on that. I'll stop in. We'll see if we can find a pair to have a project with.
Bell bottoms too. You got those bell bottoms?
I'd have to create the bell bottoms.
The
You
silk.
split the seam down the side of the jeans and add the paisley
The flare
material
to it.
between, right, to flare them out.
And then the silk shirt.
Silk shirt with the puffy sleeves and about 4 buttons on the cuff, right?
Yeah, you're really into this, Nord.
Definitely.
I
Hey, I was on it, man. I had all of that stuff. The hip hugging bell bottoms. I even
Yeah,
had
my
a pair of
graduation picture, I'm in a leisure suit.
with the
remember
puka
those.
shells.
Yeah, with a puka shell necklace. Yeah.
Nice.
Long hair. I know it's hard to believe, bald guy, long, but I had, hair, pretty long hair.
Nice.
And
Nice,
it was
nice.
pretty, but it was long.
Very good.
That was the 70s. We all had.
Yeah, we did. I had a little bit of hair back in the day. It's gone now. Mostly don't miss it, but makes you think.
Don't have to worry about combing.
The other thing I want to encourage everyone to bring their cameras along with them. I just want to put a plug in for the TiltAWhirl. I mean, I cannot believe, that sits out kind of in front of our store,
Right.
and we sit there, and it is amazing the amount of people that have come down and taken pictures in the TiltAWhirl. I know when that first went up, it was on a Thursday, and that we were open that Thursday night, and we were there, and they were coming all night long. They came all Friday, all Saturday. And they still come. And what's really been fun is I've seen some wedding couples come on their wedding day and take a picture of the TiltAWhirl there. And the other night I was checking up, and the doors were locked, and the car pulled up, and I was wondering if somebody was going to knock on our door, because she kind of walked up towards the front. No, she went and sat in the TiltAWhirl. Also, another car pulled up. Her husband showed up, and then another car pulled up, and their kids showed up. Here they're having a family picture taken in the TiltAWhirl. So it's really been a real draw and a lot of fun. So talking about a blast from the past, I mean, the TiltAWhirl is certainly vintage and heritage to Faribault, but that's been a real source of pride for a lot of Faribault people, and I've just been amazed at the people that have had their picture taken in that. So
That was a terrific event, Nord.
Pretty fun. I mean, we had a lot of people show up. We had some celebrities in town for that, and to have former workers from the plant and people who were just endeared to the whole TiltAWhirl heritage there, it was pretty good. We had a lot of people show up for that. Glad to have that as a piece of our downtown, to be sure. Security bank clock, another piece coming up. I haven't got the unveiling date, but I know they're getting close. Saw a picture of it just a couple of days ago in the shop, and it's looking pretty sharp. That's going to be fun. Just a block away, right?
Yes.
So
that'd be right down there. So yeah.
It looks awesome. They have replaced the stained glass, and the clock workings have been all redone. It's going to be another nice piece of history coming back to life in Faribault.
In historic downtown Faribault.
I don't think everyone appreciates, the historic part of our downtown. What did they say that we're one of the most?
We have the largest historic district outside of St. Paul in the entire state, and the idea that people in town who cared enough about that years ago and got that work done to provide for that is pretty big deal. And now that gives us not just fodder for marketing that we've got this big downtown, but it's just certainly a source of pride and a really good working point to help redevelop some things that haven't necessarily come along as quickly as some others, but from a marketing perspective as well. It's pretty fun.
You can always tell when people are from out of town, because when they're walking downtown, they're looking up. They're looking up at all the gorgeous, beautiful, historic buildings we have downtown. The locals are just in and out of the stores getting their work done, their shopping done. But we have a lot of people from out of town that come into our store, and they all just say, what a gorgeous downtown this is. And I think we don't always appreciate that as much as we probably should. When it's your hometown, you kind of take it for granted. But as I travel now, I make a point to really look at different downtowns, and when you really look at it, it is a gorgeous downtown. So
You do some traveling, Jeremy?
A little bit. I was in Red Wing a couple weeks ago, and I'd say Faribault's downtown ranks right up there with some of the other big downtown historic areas in the state. You've got Stillwater, you've got Red Wing, Faribault's right up there, and we're making a lot of improvements in town here to enhance our historic feeling and atmosphere down here. So
Yeah, but Nord hit the nail on the head. We've got
the biggest district, and it is a source of pride, and that makes me proud to be involved with downtown and with the Main Street program. It's powerful, and I think going forward, revitalizing events like Crazy Days, sharing with the world the idea that Faribault knows how to have fun, and embedding a pretty fun event in the Crazy Nights into downtown. It all adds up.
So am I going to see you turkey bowling, Bruce?
Well, what was that? What was that? Dead turkey? What did you call that?
Frozen.
Frozen turkey. Dead. Oh, they are dead. But they're frozen dead. So I can't. Oh, a thawed dead turkey.
That's a
nice
I don't even
live
think
turkey
about
bowling.
it. Live turkey bowling. That'd be like a Les Nessman type of.
Yeah.
Remember the WKRP episode with the turkeys? That was ooh.
That was the most hilarious episode I think they had.
For the life of me, I thought turkeys could fly. But no, these will be contained and sanitary, and yeah.
Good.
We're doing a little crazy putting down at Pump 31.
That's probably a little more my speed, I think. Little putting.
So the point is, do a little of each of them.
Yes.
Get around and see what we have to offer for nightlife here. And those are just some of we have other establishments, of course, downtown and in Faribault that add to the nightlife as well. We didn't get everybody in on this one, but I suspect, based on some experience I've had with these types of events, I suspect it's going to be popular and backed by demand probably a couple times a year, and we'll be able to expand the participation to other venues.
Well, if I remember right, Merlin players this weekend, right? Finish off 9.
Yeah.
So that's going on downtown.
And then we follow up with the Blue Collar Barbecue Fest. That's like the following.
Next weekend.
The following weekend, isn't it?
It is. We've got Blue Collar Barbecue Fest downtown. Well, along with that is the Hospice Ride that weekend,
yes.
and Carve Fest.
Straight River Strolls Friday night, next Friday night.
Yeah.
Not this week, but next week.
Then you
150th reunion for BA next weekend.
150th for BA. We have a Night to Unite is on, that's the 4th, correct? Tuesday?
I believe so.
And we've got, downtown is combining with the community center and the library and the senior center with their event down on the grounds. They're on Central Avenue as well. And so we're inviting businesses and residents downtown to join for that. We're going to have actually the addition of some cultural food at that event, some tea, sambusa, being provided by a local vendor, and that's going to take place at the end of Main Street on the Night to Unite. So I encourage people to stop down then too.
Speaking of the cultural event, I think, Jeremy, weren't you saying that some of the Hispanic stores are involved with Crazy Days this year?
Yeah, there's a number of different shops downtown, Hispanic stores. There's a grocery store and supermarket on the corner of it'd be 3rd and Central, and you go further down, the Quinceañera shop down about a block or half a block south of Brokerage Myers. And we're looking forward to everyone coming downtown and shopping local. I know Ron's Pawn Shop's got 20% off, and then also a coupon. Children's Exchange is doing buy 3 get 2 free, and I encourage people to shop early before everything runs out. All the good deals.
There you go.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Blast from the past.
Get downtown. Come and join us. Day and
Downtown
night.
Faribault. Everybody's invited in the KDHL listening area. Only have a couple more minutes. Is there anything else you wanted to plug coming up here in the next couple weeks downtown Faribault?
Really, if nothing else, just want to thank all of our sponsors. We've got, of course, with the Crazy Nights, Tony Langerud, State Farm Insurance, Bruce Burkhart's Meyer Shoes. We've got several Faribault Foods with the tickets and for the Twins game. Multiple others, the Chamber of Commerce, and Tourism. Thanks, Nort, for being a part of that, and all the help from Kelly and Nort on putting this together. Bart Jackson, American Family Insurance.
Yes.
Couldn't have done it without you guys. I don't know if I'm missing anyone, but we appreciate all your help and sponsorships, and looking forward to a great weekend.
I do, and another nod to the volunteers as well as the sponsors for the event. I mean, Jeremy really stepped up to the plate and did a great job for us, as Bruce indicated. And I have to share that Jeremy is one of many volunteers. We've got the Main Street organization, and Bruce has been involved with that How long have you been a volunteer on downtown and Main Street organizations, Bruce, back to the Downtown Association days?
Well, we go back a long ways. I'd say probably I moved back in the mid '70s, and I kind of got involved right away. So it's been many years. The names have changed, over the years from the names of the organizations. But right now, our Main Street group is active, alive, well, and doing a lot of things. This is actually part of the Main Street program. This is part of our promotions committee here. So we're just really excited. We had a great Crazy Days last year, and we're looking for even a better one this year. So certainly encourage everyone to come down this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It does sound like it. So make sure you come on over. There's plenty of places to stay if you want to spend the weekend, right?
Absolutely. Go to visit faribault.com. There's actually an events carousel. You can find out what's going on, not just downtown, but in all of Faribault. There's a Faribault Main Street site that also has an events carousel. You can like us on Facebook as well, and we're pretty regular about getting events posted out there, so you can get it right on your social media feed.
Faribault Lakers play tonight, 8 o'clock. Montgomery Mallards are in town, Region 3C playoffs, so that's happening at Bell Field. And, of course, we've got Twins baseball coming away at 11:30 this morning, and hopefully they get back on the winning track. They've been in a funk since the All-Star break, so we hope that they get back on the winning track. So that's coming away at 11:30, which means no midday report today, no midday news report on KDHL due to Twins baseball at 11:30 this morning. Thanks to Bruce Burkhartsmeyer, Nort Johnson, and Jeremy Chavis for stopping by today and enlightening us about what's happening during Crazy Days in Faribault this weekend. KDHL AM Faribault, Minnesota.